switching it up though, defensively, what are we looking like? How do you feel contractually? You switching anything out, or do you still like this approach of, a lot of the money from the team standpoint, salary cap standpoint, being allocated on defense, and us still having this defense first approach?
I think the defense is okay. Like whatever. I think it's still things you can do with the defense, but I think the defense is okay. You know, because I mean, you got a corner, you got your corner, like that's your
Yeah.
corner. You know, I thought both sides of the corners played good. I didn't think the safety play was bad. I thought the nickel play was okay. It was all right.
Hey, of course you're gonna say that because your man Beanie was out there. I know how you feel. Hey.
4 picks
I
on
thought
the
he
year.
played okay.
He said Beanie was the best guy we have, man. Hey, shout out Beanie Boy this year though, man. Beanie look good.
I thought Beanie played good. I think he'll play way better even next year. You know, so I think it's there. You know, let me think. I think the linebackers played well. Like I think it's there. You know.
Now,
I
people,
think you got to bring Cam back.
People going to question, though. People going to have issues with us feeling like it's there, but we know how that playoff game went. They had
last 5 games,
300 yards of total offense at halftime.
The last however many playoff games as well.
Yeah, they literally had a 13-play all-run drive, And that's the part where people are looking at it saying, well, how do we change that? How do we prevent that from happening again?
I think that comes with growth, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think what growth brings that. Like, I think they'll be way better. Like I said, next year, because they'll be older. They'll be more mature. They'll be able to communicate better. They have just communication issues, And with communication issues, it makes it to where you can't do a ton of stuff. So you got to line up, and people know where you're at.
That's
and
tough.
They know how to hit you.
That's tough.
That's tough
to do.
If you can't overcomplicate it, you have to line up and beat people.
Yeah.
And it's a process.
No, I like what you just said there. If you can't line up and just flat out beat them, then it's like, you got to go back to the scheme thing. But if I can't get too complicated scheme-wise, I'm forcing myself to say that my guy is simply better than your guy. And at times that necessarily hasn't been the case for us.
Sometimes that's not always the case.
Sometimes they actually are a little bit better. Can I get some scheme help, coach?
Or they're having a day like you can't out. Yeah. It's not even so much because I feel the Coach Tomlins or whatever, like when they're like, man, do this or do that. But it's like, all right, you can see them trying to do some stuff, and it's like, all right, that's a plus. Mm-hmm. Like when you see people wide open in the end zone.
At this level, it should not be. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that makes you be like, all right, well, we're not going to do that again.
Yeah.
Now we're throw it out. Let's go and do this. And when you throw it out and you get to let's do this, people know where you're lining up. They know where you got. Scheme you up nice. They can find ways to score on you. Yeah. Baltimore has a lot of familiarity with Pittsburgh. So it's like if you can't move that thing a little bit, it can get weird.
Do we just need a new DC, you think?
No, they just need to grow up. They need to keep growing together.
Man, we was trying to promote you, TG, man. Come on, bro. You dropped you missed the layup, man.
Yeah, I'm willing to right now.
Hey, listen, man. Deke came in here, and the first 5 minutes, he said, yeah, I know TG to DC. I haven't even seen him call a game at Norfolk State, but I'm willing to promote him. I was like, you know what? I can get behind that, too. I'm just throwing. We all on board with you, baby. All right. I guess I got my Norfolk State hat on today, man. All right. I'm team green and gold. As long as you there, I'm team green and gold, baby. All right. So yeah, man. You supposed to make the layup right there, man. It ain't that. Everything good, bro.
That sounded like a dangerous.
Yeah, man. We try to get you. We try to plug you in, man. Come on, bro.
He wanted me to reverse catch that thing spinning off the.
TG, what about hiring Robert Saleh?
I like Robert Saleh. Different defense. 4-3.
Because we thought of in the sense of how the Brian Flores situation worked, where we still had Terrell Lawson as the DC, but you brought in B Flow and he was, I forgot the title, something senior assistant or something like that.
I think
to just like keep him in the building and ultimately, have a sharp defensive mind around. So with the Robert Saleh element, it's like necessarily, okay, you don't have to make him the DC, but the thought of does that type of guy, that caliber guy, potentially help because he is, from a defensive standpoint, a lot more proven, a little bit more further along.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He ain't feeling that. TG ain't feeling it. You heard him. He's like, I mean, look at that. It's a 4-3 guy.
Oh, that's fair. I guess he's just at least an example.
You don't like it.
Bringing a guy that's more proven, bringing a guy that's done it at a way higher level.
You know how much
we
running at Tampa too, how much we in that sub package ball. We playing 4-3 out of a nickel. That's it. I don't know why you acting. We play a 4-3. We play 4-3 defense with a nickel, bro.
I think they run the 4-3. Like it don't give them no issue. They just stay 3 all day. Like,
that's what we run.
If anything, we were in nickel too much.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So
we definitely more 4-3 than we are 3-4. We hardly ever in that base defense, man.
It's a shade anyway. Like, I'm just more saying, like, I feel, I'm with you. I just, because I don't think that's the issue.
No,
like,
I respect. I dig that.
I think that's putting something on it. I don't think that's the issue. Like, I truly think them boys got to grow together. Like, you can just feel it. Like, it just staled out. It caught a stale point. It didn't. Yeah. It gets like that sometimes, but it staled out. Like, the Bengals caught heat. They figured something out. Minnesota, it stalled out. It stalled out a little bit. They started to stagger a little late in the year. It happens. Like, you lose a piece here, a piece there that you need at the wrong time, or something's hurt a little bit, or just trying to work through things. Like, it just didn't click. I think they gotta get a little bit more continuity in terms of that O-line to the run game. Like, if you want to be a power run game, then I think you need power run guys. If you want to be, a zone run, I think it's a little bit more zone run guys. So I think he's still trying to sort that out. I think it's a mix and match in there where it's like, I think like the center is more of a power guy, and then it's like a guard is more of a, it's
more of an athletic, space.
Yeah.
I got you. Zone guys versus gap scheme versus zone scheme guys. I got you. Yep.
I think the system in terms of the people part is where they're at now. Where it's like we need to put together. We need 4 zone guys, or we need 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just the identity.
Yeah, I mean, because that goes back to like old school Shanahan out in Denver, or even when he was in Washington. It was like you knew this is going to be a zone scheme style blocking unit, and it didn't matter which back. As long as you got a zone scheme style running back, you were going to be able to have success. Somebody was going to be a 1,000-yard rusher out of that group, and it was because of, like you said, the personnel with it. It was a clear identity though. Yeah.
Mixing and matching this whole piece together, So, like that's where they're at a little bit. Like, I think all teams run all systems. Like, it's what you got to match it to what you got in there. And it's like, that's where I feel like, I think that's where a lot of issues come, just even in the league, where it's like, I'm going to hire this coach and I want this coach to come make this thing work. And it's like, well, is this type system for him? Are these type guys that he wants? And it might take a few minutes to get that exact line of chemistry. Like, if you think about it, the Super Bowl run teams, that team was together forever.
Yeah.
That 08 team then grew up together. Like, like them boys are tight. Like Kansas City, they know each other.
They've been there forever. Yeah.
Yeah. The Bills right now, that unit's been like that's a little.
Yeah, they done growing up together. Yeah.
The nucleus of it, like the nucleus. Shoot,
that's the case even with Baltimore to an extent. You're like, it's a lot of that that's homegrown. It's been spent multiple years together. Yeah.
Yeah, you done grew that up. Like it's guys in there doing the dirty work.
Yeah. Okay.